The crown was never meant to be worn forever. And now, darkness is knocking again. Just when Auradon believed the story had finally ended, a shadow rises from the past. A voice whispers Mal's name, and the magic she once sealed away begins to break. This is not a new beginning. This is a return to a war everyone thought was over. Auradon is quiet, but it is not safe. Years have passed since peace was declared, and the line between heroes and villains has slowly faded. The Isle of the Lost was meant to be forgotten, locked away as a memory of pain and mistakes. But magic never truly sleeps. Deep beneath the old barriers, something ancient has awakened. The balance Mal fought so hard to protect is cracking, and the cost of peace is about to be revealed. Mal is no longer the reckless girl she once was. She carries the weight of every choice she made, every spell she cast, and every life she changed. When strange signs begin to appear across Auradon, she knows what they mean before anyone else does. This thread is tied to her past, to magic, even darker than her mother's. Running away is no longer an option. If Mal does not face this evil, everything she loves could fall apart. As the trailer opens, we see fear return to the kingdom. Old symbols burn in the sky, and forbidden magic spreads through the land. Mal stands alone, staring at the horizon, knowing one truth she cannot escape. Some legacies never die, and some battles demand one final return. Descendants 5 is not about happily ever after. It is about what happens after the ending fades. Peace was only an illusion, and Descendants 5 makes that clear from the very first moments of the second act. The trailer shifts its focus to what life in Auradon has become since Mal stepped away. From the throne, schools are united, villains walk freely among heroes, and the old rules no longer exist. But without rules, chaos slowly grows. Small magical accidents begin to happen, and no one understands why. Mirrors crack, spells fail, and the ground itself reacts as if it senses danger coming. The source of this trouble is not a stranger. It is a power buried deep within the history of the Isle of the Lost, older than Maleficent, older than any known villain. This magic was sealed by the first rulers of Auradon, hidden because it could control bloodlines and awaken darkness inside anyone with villain roots. Now, that seal is breaking. Someone is trying to rewrite the balance between good and evil, and they are using the Descendants themselves as keys. New faces appear in the trailer, students who carry forgotten legacies. They do not see themselves as villains or heroes, only as survivors of a broken system. Their anger feeds the rising magic, turning fear into power. Mal realizes the painful truth too late. By giving everyone freedom, she may have unlocked something far worse. The fight ahead is not about stopping a villain. It is about stopping a belief that the world was never meant to be fair. The trailer pulls the focus toward the characters, and this is where Descendants 5 begins to feel deeper and more emotional. Mal stands at the center, older, stronger, but clearly tired. Her voice is calmer, yet filled with regret. She is no longer fighting to prove herself. She is fighting to protect a future she helped create. Every look she gives, every step she takes, shows someone who knows this battle may cost her everything. Around her, familiar faces return in new roles. Friends are no longer just sidekicks. They are leaders, teachers, and guardians of the next generation. Their bond feels tested as fear spreads and trust begins to break. Some believe Mal should never use dark magic again. Others believe it is the only way to survive. This tension creates quiet, but powerful moments in the trailer, where words hurt more than spells. The new characters stand in sharp contrast. They wear darker colors, their magic wild and uncontrolled. They do not bow to Auradon's rules, and they do not fear Mal's name. To them, she is just another ruler who promised change and failed to deliver it. The visuals grow darker here, with storms, broken castles, and glowing runes. Descendants 5 promises a story where power is questioned, loyalty is tested, and magic comes with a heavy price. The trailer raises the stakes to their highest point and leaves everything hanging on one final choice. Magic erupts across Auradon as the ancient power fully awakens. The sky darkens, the ground shakes, and the line between the Isle of the Lost and Auradon begins to disappear. What was once separated by walls and spells is now merging into one dangerous world. This is no longer a battle that can be avoided. The future of every descendant is at risk. Mal is forced to face the truth she has feared the most. To stop this magic, she may have to become something she swore she never would again. The trailer shows her standing before a broken mirror, seeing both her past and her future staring back at her. Light and dark swirl around her as voices argue over what she should do. Some beg her to hold on to the good inside her. Others remind her that darkness is the only power strong enough to end this war. As the music rises, fast flashes reveal epic moments. New villains unleash wild spells. Old allies fall to their knees. A powerful sacrifice is hinted, but never fully shown. One final line echoes through the chaos, spoken by Mal in a calm but painful voice. Every kingdom is built on a choice. The trailer ends with silence. Then the title burns onto the screen. Descendants 5 promises not just magic and action, but an emotional ending that could change this world forever. And just when it feels like the trailer has shown everything, it pulls back and leaves one last question hanging in the air. A release year appears, but no answers come with it. Disney keeps the biggest secrets hidden, teasing that Descendants 5 is not just another sequel, but a turning point for the entire franchise. The story is about legacy, consequences, and the price of changing the world. The final image fades out slowly, reminding viewers that happily ever after is never guaranteed. Every choice leaves a mark, and every hero carries shadows. Descendants 5 promises a darker, more emotional journey where the past refuses to stay buried. If this trailer concept becomes reality, one thing is clear: the world of Auradon will never be the same again.